Middle of bloody summer. So yes, we are back here at the lovely uncovered Leisure Leagues venue that is Molsham High School. It's time like this where you really miss the dome. The weather is absolutely disgusting. It's been raining all day. It's not going to stop anytime soon. If it stays as light as this, we should be alright to film on this main camera. Obviously we've got the GoPro, which is not affected by any, you throw anything at that GoPro and it will quite happily still record our low quality goals. But yeah, if it stays like this, we should be alright on the main camera. Obviously if it gets a bit heavier, could be in a bit of trouble, and there's also forecast a bit of thunder and lightning as well, in which case the whole night could be called off. But we're down here, we're nice and early, we got all the banners set up and everything. We got a game to win because last week wasn't good enough. Not playing against us, sorry sponsors, you're being used as a waterproof cover tonight. We've run out of reusable cable ties and we haven't got any scissors, so here's your airtime. Then, as you will have already seen, or actually you might not have if you haven't already seen, go and watch the previous videos, get up to date so you can see how we're getting on, and then come back and watch this video as well, because we've got some work to do. Basically last week we lost our first game of the season. It's only our third game of the season, but it was a big game of the season because it was against last season's champions and current table toppers FC Snoo Zemia. I'm not gonna lie, it was a poor game all round, but both teams didn't play particularly well, but Snoo Zemia played slightly better than us, and we've got a chance obviously to bounce back, and we're playing Delph and safety. That's not going to be as easy as it was in previous seasons. That's what I love about Chris Wright. Ever since he's come into the team, he's only been playing with us, like, let's say realistically for the last 10 weeks, something like that. He's the first one here apart from me and Ant every single week. He plays the most minutes, he stays behind afterwards to help. All round, good kid. Now the previous years when we've been in the Astrodome, Delph and safety, they've always been down the bottom. They've never been an easy side to beat. They've got one especially good player and a couple of very handy players as well. So yeah, they've never been easy, but this season they're doing a lot better. 3 games down, they're unbeaten. I think they've won 1 and drawn 2, and they're above us in the table. Boys going through a vigorous warm-up pre-game. I say that like I'm joking. In fairness, this is actually pretty decent for the boys. Obviously it's raining and we're the only ones stupid enough to be here right now, but we've got stuff to do. And that means that we are currently playing catch up. We are 5th as it stands, which in the Astrodome that would have put us in the relegation places, but thankfully other teams have come along, so it's not actually as bad as it sounds. We're kind of at the top of the mid-table, obviously in a lot longer season as well. A lot of time to turn this around, and it all starts with tonight. Happy birthday to Steve.
Thank you, sir.
That's all you're getting.
Yes.
Because I don't want to embarrass myself anymore. It's your birthday today, so happy birthday.
Thank you.
As a reward, you can play anywhere on the pitch that you want. Where do you want to play?
Right back.
That is so solid, I love that.
It goes in the kit.
Oh, you get that away before I can get that on camera.
Cheers.
It's made you pay on your birthday.
It's alright, I'm a team player. I'm nothing if not a team player. Well, I am nothing to the team.
Every mother wishes for a son like you.
I know.
It's not.
And some mothers don't get sons like that.
It's a football day. Don't bring my mum into it.
Let's see if we can long range him.
Yeah, recording a music video.
Huh? He might be. I don't remember anybody inviting Steve McLaren along though. Everybody was doing so well. Literally all the boys are here. Here we go. Mitch's over there, he's normally a culprit. You two are normally alright. Grez is quite bad for it.
Well, I didn't do it.
But you, mate, you haven't been here for how long?
2 weeks.
And the first thing you do is that?
Fresh as anything, mate.
Turn around.
Get him out of the way, mate.
Get yourself back up the M1, mate. In this box, as you can see, is a Champions Trophy. And it's not ours. It's Snoo Zemia's. We've got a ref. We've got an opposition. We've got a team. We've still got a lot of rain. 5 minutes till kick off. Looking good. Let's have a look at the squad for today's game then, and it's a very similar squad to the squad we've had in the last 2 weeks. That's great to see, but one big change: Alex Lockwood, a school teacher, having a well-deserved summer holiday, and we brought reinforcements in from the north in place of Alex Lockwood in the shape of Tom Green. So it's a good squad, a big squad against Delph and Safety, which I know it's early in the season, but it's got to be said, this is a must-win game. We're already 2 points behind FC Snoozemia and find ourselves in about mid-table at the minute, and we are playing Delph and Safety, who haven't lost a game yet this season, so it's not going to be easy. You see early on a nice little bit of football there between Ant and Creasy. Unfortunately, Creasy's shot on his weaker foot, it's got to be said, is straight at the goalkeeper. But a good start there from MHFC as the ball comes down the line now, and Ant on the ball. And he's receiving a lot of attention from this Delph and Safety player. A good fashioned battle there, just doing shuttles and shoulder to shoulder with each other. And Ant really wants a free kick there for a pull of the shirt, but nothing's been given, and they take advantage of the quick throw-in situation coming down this left-hand side. And Mitch Nash doing some good defensive work there to kick it off for a corner kick. As the corner comes in quickly, and the player just missed a little flick at the front post there. He got the run on Creasy, and now the ball can come away and we can break. But Ant turns down that pass and looks to just play it sensibly out to this right-hand side to Creasy. And maybe we can build something from here. Then as it into Ant, he reads that well to get past the player, looking for some options, plays it into Matt Creasy, takes the shot on, and that's deflected wide there. Probably not the best of Steve, it's actually in acres of space, and that opportunity but not seen on this occasion as the ball comes out to Chris Wright. And a nice little 1-2 between the centre backs. So he gets the shot away, and again, Delph and Safety just getting bodies in front of the ball, and we do not score on this occasion. And now the ball coming down this left-hand side with Mitch Nash playing it inside to Ansley, looking to wind up a shot. As he takes a touch and looks to try and take on this player. Not a lot of options for him, so he comes back inside and he's taken down late on there. And it's actually the Delph and Safety player who ends up staying down on this occasion. But we do win ourselves the free kick. So as we're waiting to take the free kick, then it's laid short to me, and I get it on target. The keeper spoons it out back to Ant, but he can't quite get it under. And Delph and Safety can now look to come the other way as they look for an option, a little flick over the top there, but it's not a great ball, and I can intercept with my chest back over the top then to Ansley with a lovely little touch into the middle, and I can come back onto it now looking for some options, playing it short inside to Matt Creasy, winds up a shot. And that's not too far wide. We're getting the opportunities, but at the minute we just cannot find the back of the net. As a quick throw in comes into Ant, it's nodded into Sam, back to Ant, and the little flick with his outside of his right foot, a difficult skill there, and he can't quite keep it down on this occasion. And you've got to think it's just a matter of time in this one for us as Tom Green comes on the pitch, and what a ball that is on his left foot to Sam, and he's just taken a touch there, and in the end the opportunity will just evade him. But good football there, and a great pass, has got to be said, by Tommy Green. Delph and Safety with the throw-in now in the far corner. And as you see, Chris Wright intercepting well, and he gets the shot away. Ooh, and that's not a bad strike, for a centre-back. And Chris Wright, of course, still looking for his first official league goal in an MHFC shirt, but I'm sure it will come before the end of the season. He's got a lot of time this season to try and get himself one. But Delph and Safety coming the other way now. This is the first time we've seen them in behind, but Matt Creasy is there to sweep up, and no nonsense kicking that out for a corner kick. And the corner comes in and it's short, and Grez there with the first real save he's had to make, and a good long barrier at the front post there to see it out for another corner. And the touch actually works out there for Delph and Safety. Lovely little flick around the corner, and their star man, it's got to be said, he's definitely their most dangerous player. Can't quite get a shot down on his left foot. Grez then from the resulting goal kick, and he manages to find his way to Greeno, who manages to skip his way past the player, and he's bearing down on goal. He's got an option in the middle, he goes for the shot, and that's a disappointing shot really from that kind of position, but he did well to get himself in that position in the first place. But our finishing just letting us down at the minute as the ball comes in, and it's miscontrolled by Chris Wright. You don't see that very often, but Grez is alert and manages to not only make the save but keep it in as he fizzes it up the line then to me, and I look to try and take it down and turn on it, and looking for some options, cutting inside on that left foot, have a little swing at it. It's got to be said, it was going to take something like that to break the deadlock. All the conventional football we've been playing wasn't really working out, and in the end it's just taken me to have a lucky swing on my left foot, and that's me done my job. I will sub myself off. But as we have a look at the replay then, it doesn't get any better on this replay. Just a swing on the left foot, and that's got to be the slowest 20-yard strike that you've ever seen there, just dawdling past the goalkeeper, wrong footing him. And that is the breakthrough that we very much needed though. So we've got the all-important breakthrough now. Can we try and put this game to bed, as it's really important obviously to score when you are on top in these kind of football games, because Delph and safety undoubtedly will get their chances. And it's a great ball from Creasy into Greeno, and Greeno just can't quite find the finish on this one-on-one instance. And now Delph and safety can look to come the other way down this near side, playing over to the right-hand side, and Chris Wright nipping in so well, as he always does, finding the ball outside to Tom Green, making the run to the back stick, and Greeno there just taking too long on the shot and is deflected out for a corner. Nothing would come of that corner then, as we move over to a throw-in on the far side there. Matt Creasy into the feet of Tommy Green, who gives it straight back for him, and now getting his head up and trying to look for some options, and he hits the line, gets the cross, and it's a poor cross, but he does manage to come back into it and flick the ball around the corner to Tommy Green, who gets the pass off to Chris Wright, gets the shot away. Oh, and that was looking like it could be his first goal for MHFC, and Matt Creasy on the rebound. The keeper comes out with some form of judo axe kick and manages to get the ball away, as Tom Green there committing what we call the professional foul, as Delph and State then look to pump it up the line, but the referee there will end things, and at the half, the dominant half finishes only 1-0. Just a quick word at half-time then about our supported charity YoungMinds UK. They are a charity that work with young people in the community with mental health disorders. All the ways you can get involved in such a great cause are in the description below. Into the second half then, and we're looking to carry on from where we left off. We just need to be a little bit more clinical. Well, I say a little bit, a lot more clinical in the second half, as we should have had 4 or 5 goals by now. But just taking it slow, as Chris Wright is on the ball, coming this way, coming that way, and in the end just plays it down the line to Ansley, who helped it back on to Mitch Nash on that far side. Gets the ball across, and the keeper there trying to make a save, it squirms through him and actually ends up going off for a corner, nearly scoring an own goal there. And as the corner comes in then, Mitch Nash making a late run at the back stick, Ant finds him, and on his weak foot there, he can't quite steer it on target. We move on then to a throw-in on the far side, and Mitch looks to take it quickly towards the back stick. It's not going to quite make it through Steve, but the defender's making a meal out of it. It comes out to Ansley, and you wouldn't want anybody else in that position there. That's the kind of composure we were talking about as we look at the replay. The defender's really making a meal out of this, with Steve making himself a nuisance, and it falls out to Ansley, and you don't have to ask him twice to stick it away from that kind of position. 2-0 we make it, and unfortunately in the aftermath of this goal, something was said to the referee by one of the opposition players. I didn't hear what it was, but the referee's picked up on it, and he sin-binned one of the players, so that means for the next 4 minutes, I believe it is, we will now be a man up on the opposition. So this is the chance to really stick it home then and make sure we secure this victory, as high pressure pays off. And Ansley with the ball, he gets the shot away, and the keeper there with a little Chinese cut, cricket fans will know what I mean there, through his legs, and the goal doesn't go in. But this is unfortunately, guys, where the rain really started to come down, hitting the camera hard, and unfortunately just wasn't worth the risk of breaking the camera in that kind of rainy situation. So unfortunately we just reverted to the GoPro, but we do have the GoPro highlights of the rest of the game for you, so do stick around then as we have a look at the first opportunity. And it's not really an opportunity, but this is to show you we got into this position so many times, and Mitch on this occasion not finding the pass, and then the opposition can come forward. And so when you've got the spare man and you are a man up, you really need to make light of these situations. And we do see on this occasion Mitch finding the pass, on this time a 2-on-1 situation at the back. It's an easy tap in for me, and we like scoring goals like that. We like scoring easy goals, tap ins, open nets, they're all lovely. And as you can see here, the exact same thing really, but this time between Sam Templeman and Mitch Nash, the old 1-2 combination, tapping at the back stick, and we're really making this extra man count. 4-0 now. The only thing that would have topped it off would have been a goal from Chris Wright, but unfortunately just couldn't quite find the target on this occasion. And Sam Templeman coming through 1-on-1, and that's a lovely little dink finish from him, composure, and it actually comes off both posts, and again another Chinese cut on the follow-up from Ansley. Doesn't go away, so that is where it would end. Sorry about that for the last 5 minutes, guys, but unfortunately we just couldn't do anything in the rain. It was really coming down, but 4-0 win, and that's just what we needed. As you can see there, 5-0 walkover for Snoozemia, so we needed that to keep them their tails. And BFSB as well this season, really finding back the form that we saw of 2 seasons ago. So it's familiar boys at the top from a couple of seasons ago. FC Snoozemia, BFSB, and then we find ourselves in 3rd place. Right, so I've just got home, guys, and yeah, the weather was absolutely atrocious tonight. Oh, don't mind my little mackerel painting in the background there. It's art. Yeah, weather was absolutely abysmal tonight. Kind of torrential mixed with light rain, then torrential, and then more light rain, and then more torrential. So we managed to film throughout the light rain bits, but unfortunately there were a few bits where it was just absolute havoc. Wind blowing everything around. So we had an umbrella, but like when wind's blowing and it comes in sideways, obviously the umbrella doesn't do much because you can't have the umbrella too low, otherwise it covers up the lens and you can't see the football. So yeah, it wasn't ideal. So apologies that the match footage will be a little bit patchy, but it should all be there. Obviously we've got the GoPro as well for the other goals that happened while the rain was really, really severe. But end result, we got a win, 4-0 in the end. Took a while for us to break through, but we scored some nice team goals in there, some tap-ins, and we like tap-ins. We like easy goals. That means you're playing good football. And yeah, that should now put us back up on top of the, well, not on top of the table, but back up, further up the table, ahead of Delph and Safety at least. And yeah, in those conditions as well, the ball was slipping and sliding obviously all over the place. Yeah, and it wasn't, probably not the prettiest game, but I think we played well. And the most important thing, like I said, we've got ourselves another 2 points back on the win trail, and then we go again next week.